10 earthquakes and tremors have jolted South Asia this afternoon. Nepal suffered the worst of them. Let's take a look at some other regions that witnessed earthquakes and tremors in this region today. Let's begin with Nepal. This was the first 33 kilometers northeast of Ramchap in Nepal. This was 5.4 on the Richter scale. Then 38 kilometers southwest of Zubode in China. This was 5.4 on the Richter scale. Then again 242 kilometers northwest of Swamlaki in Indonesia. This again was 5.4 on the Richter scale. Then 25 kilometers southeast of Kodari in Nepal. Once again, these were strong aftershocks. 7.3 on the Richter scale. 18 kilometers southeast of Kodari, Nepal. Once again, this was a very strong aftershock. The damage assessment exercise still underway. 238 kilometers south of Singasari in Indonesia, and this was 4.7 on the Richter scale. If we were to talk about more aftershocks and more earthquakes, 6 kilometers east-southeast of Yangi Kala in Afghanistan, and damage assessment is still underway in Afghanistan. This was 4.8 on the Richter scale. Let's now move away 158 kilometers southwest of Nadi. This is in Fiji. This was 3.1 on the Richter scale. And once again, 6 kilometers southwest of the volcano in Hawaii. This was 3.9 on the Richter scale. Once again, 18 kilometers northeast of Villa President Frey. This is in Nanua, Santiago in Chile. Once again, this was 3.9 on the Richter scale. So today, clearly a day of earthquakes. Now, an earthquake of magnitude 7.3 on the Richter scale hit close to Nepal's capital at 12:35 this afternoon. The epicenter of this earthquake was located 18 kilometers southeast of Kodari and at a depth of 19 kilometers. We've put out 3 pictures on your television screen. The quake was followed by at least 5 more aftershocks. Reports coming in indicate that the town of Chautara has been severely damaged. At least 5 people are confirmed dead in this region. Another casualty now being reported from capital Kathmandu. Radio stations in Nepal have also reported that buildings in Lalitpur countryside that had tilted 2 weeks ago after the 26th April earthquake have now crumbled. Now, the impact of this earthquake, 7.3 on the Richter scale, and its impact. This was followed by at least 5 aftershocks across Nepal, and these are aftershocks that we're putting out on your television screen. The first 18 kilometers southeast of Kodari, followed by an aftershock at 12:47. This was 25 kilometers southeast of Kodari in the same region. The next aftershock, which was 6.3 on the Richter scale, was about 33 kilometers northeast, and this is at a place called Ramchap. After this was at 6 minutes past 1 o'clock. Then another of magnitude 5.1 was 87 kilometers east of Kathmandu, and this was at 1:51 in the afternoon.
Most of the people are out of the houses. And the people yet in Kathmandu, we have not heard any death casualty. Now, at the time it was close, but we are just looking into the matter once and again, time and again. The small type of the stock of the earthquake was felt here in Kathmandu, so it was being waited for it. And for some time, then it will come to the, the operation. Yes, I have not received any information from those areas, but the telephone has not been working here, and just now it is started to function.
And I want to quickly bring in Utpal Mishra, a senior journalist from Kathmandu, who joins us with the latest. Utpal, a Mi-17 helicopter of the Air Force was out on a damage assessment exercise. What's the latest that you can tell us?
Well, the airport has been shut down temporarily, and still authorities are not able to say that whether we are going to allow even emergency landing. I went there and saw that airport staff are running here and there, trying to find out, assess if there are some other sorts of damages at the airport itself. But within very short time, they are going to open the airport for emergency landings, for the helicopters and for the other relief aircraft or other things that might arrive.
Okay.
While all the commercial air traffic has been halted for indefinite, they haven't said that when are we going to schedule. I saw that all of them were written delayed, and they have been diverted from landing from Kathmandu. Even those who were about to board the aircraft have been pushed back to take shelter in secured areas that are not away from the earthquake. They are earthquake-proof at the airport.
That is as far as the earthquake is concerned. What about Kathmandu? Has the city been damaged? Any reports of damage assessment across Kathmandu?
Yes, the central Kathmandu, the ancient marketplace, it is called Asan, has been reported badly hit right now. And an area at Kalanki where night buses, that they halt there, some buildings have crumbled. They were cracked, in fact, by the previous earthquake, and now they have tumbled down. And so are reports coming from the, once again, from the badly hit that old new bus park area at Gongabu. Some buildings have collapsed there too. And then there are reports coming out from the outskirts of the Kathmandu where there were some other buildings that had received damage from the previous earthquake. But the new buildings, that they are still standing very nicely and finely. There are no further damages. However, there are reports are coming out here from the Department of Seismology is that Nepal has felt two epicenters right now that we have in report.
Okay.
One is at the base camp of Mount Everest, that is called Namche Bazar. That was one of the epicenters. And another one was near the border of China, Khasa and Nepal.
Yes.
The Khasa border of that Nepal is known as, that place is known as Kodari. So there were two.
What are reports from damage at Namche Bazar and Kodari just as yet?
No, there are major landslides have gone onto Kathmandu to Kodari, that is known as Arniko Highway. Arniko Highway has been badly hit. There have been so many landslides, therefore the road vehicles are unable to go. And since the airport itself had shaken very badly, therefore helicopters are not able to move out to access to that area. But one of the army personnel, he told me that very soon they are going to make one of the assessment flights for the damaged area site.
Okay. Utpal Mishra, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. Keep tracking that story. I will come back to you for more.